everyone that's joining me today. Thank you. And let's have a look at the presentation. All right, who is Aquadam? Aquadam is a company that was founded in 1992. Aquadam realized a real need for a fast, reliable water storage, tanks and reservoirs. We have over 3,000 happy customers. We've installed over 8,300 tanks successfully. We've helped save our over 28 megaliters of water. And we're leaders in our trade. All right, Aquadam. Here at Aquadam, we are a family. We've got we've got quite a few products in our range, and I'd like to send out a salute to the others. And of course, today we are doing the HomeTank. So guys, look out for all the others each week. Every Thursday at 3, you can have a look what the others are also about. Right. Water is the driving force of all nature. Leonardo da Vinci. We all know that guy. We never know the worth of water till the well is dry. Thomas Fuller.
It's very true.
Music star LL Cool J no longer runs the water for 5 minutes before stepping in the shower. Reality star Kim Kardashian confesses that she now washes her hair only every 5 days. Pirates of the Caribbean star Orlando Bloom says that water conservation so seriously that sometimes he wears his clothes for a week before washing them. And of course, our little conservation water droplet. This is the guy that we get in all the creches or the kids or the cartoons. So guys, actually, what is my point? My point is that no matter what genre you are, no matter what age group you are, or no matter how popular you are, at the end of the day, water and the saving of water and preserving of water, it's an issue for anyone and everyone, no matter who you are. So obviously, to a conclusion, there's a problem.
Right, so there seems to be a little bit of a delay, so let us just wait for the presentation to catch up with us. You can perhaps go back one slide and then go back forward again.
Let's try that.
So Cindy, while we are waiting for your presentation, okay, I see there you are back. So
it's caught up.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So obviously, guys, there's a problem. And what can you do? The solution, Aquadam can help. We can guide and assist you. Rainwater harvesting. Wondering whether rainwater harvesting is right for you? Let's have a look at a few factors. It can save money. Obviously, the water you can catch off your roof is for free. Your municipal bills, much less, to non-existent, as you are not reliant on them. You no longer have to rely on the main water source. Control is back in your hands, and who doesn't want that?
I certainly do. That's a very good point.
The backup water source will be on hand with shortages or cutoffs. The risk of flood damage can be reduced, and if you don't lose it, you don't lose it if you use it.
There you go.
Tongue twister, sorry. Okay. Rainwater is naturally soft water and it's perfect for your landscaping. On average, a person uses about 450 liters of water a day. A garden hose can spray about 30 liters of water per minute. I said per minute.
That's quite a lot. I didn't realize that it's actually so much.
It is, definitely. All right, guys.
So our presentation is taking a little bit long to update on the other side.
Okay, you know, Shah, while we're waiting for it to catch up, you know, when I was younger, I always looked forward to getting chappies.
Yes, me too.
Not just because obviously you can blow bubbles with it. It's more that inside the chappy paper, it had a did you know. Now, I love that did you know, did you know.
That is something we always look forward to. We kept all those papers. We actually pasted them in a book.
So guys, actually, I'm going to give you a little bit of information overload. That's what I'm getting to. The reason being, I feel that the scarcity of water is an actual problem. A lot of us know about it, but we don't really realize it to the depth that I think we should. So here's a little bit of did you know facts, so bear with me. Did you know that it's a fact that 97% of the Earth's water in the ocean, only 3% can be used as drinking water? 75% of the world's water is frozen in polar ice caps, meaning over 6 billion people, which I think is a bit more by now, must share the remaining water. South Africa average rainfall of 450 mils is below global average of 860. That's like half. About 43% of South Africa's rain only falls on 13% of the land, and only 9% reaches our rivers. I was actually quite shocked with this one because it actually, if you think all the water goes to the rivers?
You do, but that is why they say South Africa is a semi-arid region.
Definitely. And then a whopping 50% of rural households have no piped water.
That is quite shocking.
About 12 million people in South Africa have no access to clean drinking water. That's not good.
That's a full 20% of the population.
Exactly. So you see, guys, water storage and conservation is very important. And hopefully with a little bit of overload in information, you can realize as well, we consume water at shocking rates.
Yes.
Water scarcity is not looming. It is here. And it's getting worse by the liter. And the delay on my presentation too. All right. Rainwater harvesting. It makes logic sense. For 1 square meter of roof, it will give you 1 liter of water for every millimeter of rain. It's there, it just needs to be somehow collected.
Harvested.
If you think about it. And that brings me to our HomeTank, the main event of the day. Let's have a look at some of the factors of the HomeTank. Its strength of steel will not deteriorate over time, not under the African sun. It has an additional long life polymer coating on the inside to prevent algae and bacterial growth. It can easily withstand tons of water force without bulging or losing its shape. The steel rainwater tank is 100% UV proof. No ultraviolet rays will penetrate through it. It's elegant looking, pleasing to the eye, and that I think makes it the #1 choice for architects.
It certainly is a very, very elegant tank.
Definitely.
I would love to have one of those tanks on the side of my house.
Definitely, I agree. And of course, the upside of everything in this day and age, do-it-yourself concept could not be easier. Simply plug and play. All right, then onto the technical range and sizes that we do have available at Aquadam on our HomeTank. We have 2 separate ranges, which is the slimline range and the round range. The slimline range goes from 2,000 liters to 7,000 liters. The round range goes from 1,500 liters to 10,000 liters. Our HomeTank range also has an installation HomeTank, which is those big boys. Oh, sure, we're sitting in front of the big boys. All right, so that is, it's the 20,000 liter, 30,000 liter, that's behind us.
Okay.
Okay, then the 40,000, 50,000, and 60,000. These are big tanks.
Very big.
And these tanks are all sealed.
So does that mean they all have a roof?
All of them. Yes, they do. They are closed. All right, here's some technical drawings for my favorites, architects out there. I know you guys like sizes, heights, and measurements for you to make sure that you can fit where you need to fit all the home tanks on the sides of the houses. All right, so this home tank comes with a standard 50 mil inlet, a standard 50 mil outlet. It also comes with a manhole and the debris basket. This is awesome because this catches all those little leaves that actually can get inside that come from the gutters.
Can I ask you a question there, Cindy? Those 50 millimeter inlets and outlets, can you change them out for another size?
Yes, definitely. Because we manufacture the tanks ourselves, it's very important to, on order, to specify what sizes you would like. But yes, it is. And we do make them ourselves here at the factory. So it kind of gives us that leeway that we can change if we need to.
Good to know.
And here is my favorite. Me being a girl, these tanks also come in 14 different available colors. This is cool because, oh, and for the architects too, because it can match your roof coloring, your gutters coloring, or even your palisade coloring. So for those who like to match or opposite match, I suppose, or the freedom is there.
Good to know.
All right. Let's have a look at these girls. I think they're beautiful. Shoal, what do you think?
I think they're really stunning. Very elegant.
I think this says something. This is glamour. This is neat. This is tidy. This is definitely not an eyesore. I think it's so nice you can't even look away.
Very, very nice. It becomes a feature of the house.
Yes, it adds to it. All right, guys, so let's sum it up a little bit. You can give me a call and get hold of me. I'll be thrilled to hear from you. We are here. You can get advice, quotes, recommendations. And trust me, you'll be thrilled that you did. So how can you get hold of us? We're available. Give us a call. You can email me at cindy@aquadam.co.za. Alternatively, sales@aquadam.co.za. You can visit our website. We have a shop online. You can visit our Facebook page. You can visit one of your closest co-ops. You can visit our YouTube channel, follow us on LinkedIn, or of course, join us every Thursday, 3 o'clock, right here, Aqua live streaming, every Thursday. This is a date to be booked because each week you get to know each of our family a little bit better. All right, then. For all your water storage, on-site shelter solutions, call Aquadam. Like I said, we've got you covered in all places and all sizes, making sure that your water storage is made easy for you. All right. The slides are really, really slow. Thank you for your precious time. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And I appreciate the time that you've taken today to spend with me and just to hear out what is the HomeTank all about. I appreciate and thank you. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys.
Wow, Cindy, thank you for that. That is a really awesome presentation. We had one or two glitches where it was really going a bit slow, and we also have a glitch where we can't have sound to YouTube and Facebook, so we actually stopped the streaming to those two channels. But all in all, it's really a wonderful product, and I am very impressed. One of the questions that I would like to ask you, before we go on to our audience questions, is is it possible to add additional inlets? Because you did speak about an inlet that you have, the 50 millimeter, but if I have two gutters that comes into my tank, can I have more than one?
Yes, of course. You can actually say that if you wanted, let's, for example, 2 outlets and 50-50 mil each, you can put a T-piece in. Obviously, it is a little bit, like I say, the freedom that it allows, not just the beauty and the purpose, but the freedom also where you can add the T-piece where you've got one going to the front yard, another going to the backyard.
Yes.
It's options that you can work with, definitely.
Oh, that's excellent. Let's see, are there anybody of the audience that might have a question for us? Anybody at all? If you do have a question, please just switch on your camera so we can see you, and then you are most welcome to ask your question.
Hi guys, anyone got a question for me? Hello.
Hi Cam, how are you?
Hello, good, and you?
Cam.
Good.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, with the bacteria resistant polymer, if I were to use that tank as like a rain storage, but also as for like aquaculture, use that water, would that affect anything, or yeah, what did you think?
Cam, thanks for the question. But as mentioned also, the home tanks, although they're smaller in size as opposed to the other tanks, they are sealed. So I'm afraid you can't really put fishes inside, they might die. But I think more the open tank is what would be needed for alive animals or type thing. The polymer itself is a spray that actually gets sprayed on the inside of the tank during manufacturing before the lid is actually sealed on the top. So it is a coating, and it does not come with a liner like the other tanks in our ranges. They come with liners, which, like we said, also with the other, thank you again also for joining us. You seem to be a local with our expos, and we appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, the liners that are safe for the fish, like I say, with this tank, I'd be afraid because it's closed.
Yeah, I was thinking for like water storage, to actually catch that water just from gutters and stuff, and then use it
yes,
as an add-on to the aquaculture. But yeah, thank you for that.
Actually, to answer you also, I've also heard with the rainwater storage tanks, I've heard that people actually put additional filters on to filter the water more. So it is, of course, yes, it's an option. Sorry, I thought you were going to put the fish inside. But no, like definitely to store water you can't go wrong, like I say.
Yeah, the moment you have your filters on there, Cam, you should be able to utilize that water because that water will be clean. It's potable drinking water in there. So if potable drinking water is what you put with your fish, 100%.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Cam.
Let's see, is there anybody else that might have a question? I see Crick is back with us as well. Crick, good day.
Hallo middag julle, ek gaan maar net vinnig Afrikaans sê, ek lê op die bed want die Kaap is nat en koud. Ons kruip maar weg, maar julle sal die koue kry, julle boggers. Thank you for the presentation, the two of you. I do window Thursday afternoons for this chat, the material of your little technical glitches. It went well, thank you.
Awesome.
I've just had one question, and Charles will already know I'm busy packaging and really starting to look seriously at Aquadam for rather some large aquaculture projects in the neighboring states. But specifically this tank, if you were to transport it for quite a distance, say maybe by train transport or low bed trucks, optimization or even containers, optimization of space is rather an issue. So I assume that you can modularly disassemble them and that you would optimize space and then assemble them on the other side. So this assembly, is it a fixed standard one-time tank or does it bolt on? Can you do a DIY?
Thanks, Crick. Yes, thank you for the question. Actually, this is the tanks that come complete. So they are sealed and they're manufactured, they've rolled, sealed and complete. The fittings, everything is already put in. So it's a complete tank. As far as transporting it, it is obviously being dimensional round. It does cause a little bit of space in taking up space on transport, and not recommended to load them on top of each other. But as I say, it is a complete tank, so it not assembled and definitely not bolted at all.
So transport would be expensive because of non-space optimization. For instance, I doubt whether you can stack these in containers.
I'd love to be able to say yes, definitely, but I'm going to be honest and say that unfortunately not with this tank because of the dimensions, and it's not going to work on that sense. Yes.
One more question. You mentioned them as steel tanks. Can I assume it's galvanized or is it actually steel?
It's a zincalume tank.
It is a zincalume tank.
Zincalume, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And as such, any feedback historically, whether they problem some around the coast? I just want to put it in perspective. I think everybody knows what the water situation is in the Western Cape, and there was some serious optimization of rainwater happening all around the Cape Metropole. And predominantly one can assume plastic tanks because there's 3-4 big manufacturers here down in the Cape area. But I'm seeing these zinc aluminum tanks coming in more and more, you know, in terms of household application. I'm just not sure, you know, what the rust implications is lifespan wise.
All right, Crick, thank you as well. Like I said, obviously on the inside is the polymer coating and on the outside is the zincalume. These tanks, I have not heard yet of any tank that has given problems as being by the seaside with the salt and that type of effect. But as well, at the same time, it is coated, it's protected. It does not give problems as far as I know or heard. And
what I would like to do is I wonder if I can't ask Werner to just come in here, because I believe there was a number of these tanks that were sold in the Cape area, and Werner is in the Cape area, and there was a number of tanks going there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's similar manufacturers like yourselves, but I start seeing these tanks more and more. You see them now quite frequently, and if it's your tanks, I mean, that's a good sign. But just one before Werner comes in, one last question. Would you consider epoxy coating on the outside for rust prevention? I'll tell you why I say this. In the property market, you know, you buy a property that is rather in the upper portion of the property market. You don't want to have a plastic tank standing around your property, you know, specifically if it's visible from the road. And from an aesthetical point of view, as I say, I see these tanks more and more coming into the mix. So it is becoming an item to look at. But I mean, being in the Cape, and we have a high risk factor here, and I assume even more on the West Coast, one would like to think that you have something that could outlast or at least compete with plastic. So just back to the question, is there a possibility, and I know it's going to be an additional cost, but epoxy coating the outside as well?
Well, actually, Craig, before Vanna does answer, I just wanted to answer your other question was
Sure.
that, yes, it does have a lifespan of 20 years. So just to answer that one, and then Vanna, you're more than welcome. Colleague.
Hi, Craig.
Ja, middag.
Ek is in Durban, wel is jy naby?
Ek sit hier in die middestad by my dogter, die lakke het 'n uitsit, maar ek is besig om eiendom te koop hier in Somerset Wes en ek oorweeg regtig julle tank sterk, maar ek kan vir jou sê ek stap baie hier in die middestad en ek sien veral hier in Tamboersloop baie van hierdie tanks nou langs die huise. Ek hoop as julle tanks.
Ja, daar's 'n paar van hulle in Tamboers. Ek gaan oorslaai oor gaan Engels doen, just in case.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, let's do it in English for the other guys.
So definitely, there's quite a few of our home tanks in Cape Town. I've been with Aquadam now for 2.5 years. So before my time, we also installed some home tanks in the Western Cape. As Charles and Cindy just explained, that it's difficult for us to disassemble and reassemble a home tank because it's a complete product that we manufacture on site, because of the sealants and stuff like that. Regarding your question on the epoxy, it's unnecessary. You're going to spike the cost of the tank completely. Unnecessarily, and as Charles said, it's a zincalume steel, and then on top of the zincalume you get a chromo deck coating as well for the color, so it's extra coating. And to this date, I've had absolutely no issues with rust on any of my tanks. I had a customer the other day called me and he asked me to come and have a look at the tank. He basically just wants to put an extra inlet, and there was a problem at the top with his bucket. So he just had the bucket replaced, his leaf catcher bucket. But that's basically it. So there's tanks in Houtbaai, which is there by the ocean. I've got tanks in Kampsbaai as well, against the ocean. So absolutely no problems, honestly.
Okay, thank you. Guys, I'm going to get off the air. There's other people with questions. I just need, Werner, I'm glad that you're in Cape Town. I didn't know about you. I spoke to Charles quite a while back. I really need to sit down with somebody from Aquadam regarding my aquaculture inquiries, because if this lockdown ceases, you know, you're just going to see dust flying. So I'm going to some other way leave you my cell number somewhere, maybe on this chat after I'm done. I really want you to get in touch with me if you don't mind.
Please, my cell phone number is on the website as well. If you want to call me, leave your in the chat.
Okay, now
set up a meeting.
I'll get it from the website. Thanks, guys. I'm out here. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Appreciate. Thank you.
Michael, I don't know if you might have a question for us at all. Michael Austin. There was a question from a lady that bought a tank, Cindy, and she's not currently on because she did let us know that she was in a meeting this afternoon. So unfortunately, she couldn't attend. But she also had the question of how the tank is sealed together, which has been answered already. And then she was asking about the placement of the tank when it is getting delivered to your property, to your site. She had a question around that.
All right. Okay, well, firstly, thank you for the question. And then for everyone out there as well, the home tank is delivered, so to your address, physically to your address. And that is basically what the delivery entails. Now, should there be, for example, maybe other factors, for example, restricted space. I know a lot of guys are in townhouses, so there's not much access space. And also then a lot of times also extra hands to help with the tank itself. So the delivery on our side is specifically for the placement of the tank, which means basically just putting the tank on your premises. So there will be extra charges incurred should a person obviously make us aware of the fact that it's got to be crane lifted over a wall, or it needs another extra 6 guys to help maneuver it around a corner or up or over. So this kind of information which is helpful to know before we deliver, but nothing is impossible. So we can always make a plan or just as long as we know, then we're prepared for that, rather than not knowing and we pitch up for delivery and we sit with the hassles for everyone included.
Yes, and I think it's also important to note that we do need the tank to be based on a stable foundation. So the site must be prepared before the tank arrives. Is that correct?
Yes, most definitely. The recommendation is to have the tank on preferably a concrete base, which is level. The more level the base that the tank is going to stand on, the better. I know it's not always possible for concrete bases. You can compact sand as well, but you've got to keep in mind that with water corrosion or movement, this can change. So this is the elements that we deal with in this life and age. And so preferably on a cement base, and then also preferably about 200 mils on each side of the tank, also extra, is also recommended.
Okay, lovely. One other question that Mariska also asked, and she wanted to connect her hose pipe directly to the tank. So she wanted to know if you can have a normal outside tap fitted to your home tank, because she hasn't done that yet, but she wants to know if that's possible.
All right. Yes, most definitely. As I said, the inlet outlets that do come standard with the tank is very obviously a 50 mil is a 50 mil. It can be changed. It can be made smaller for, I know that a lot of house pipings are a lot, the inlets and the millimeters are smaller. So it is definitely possible. And I just also want to mention that it does come only with the inlet outlet. So should you want a tap, an extra fitting on the outside, it's as easy as asking your nearest plumber store, or making, because it does come with a butterfly valve
Okay, yes.
at the bottom on the outlet. So it does seal, but it's not per se a tap that you can turn, open and close.
Can I come in? Yeah.
Yes.
I think most of the cases, if you want to attach a hose pipe to it, you're going to need a little booster pump. These things are now so frequent, you find them in any hardware store, but the best is for that person to contact the nearest irrigation specialist. You know, there's umpteenth of them around. I don't know what area is she from,
Yes,
but Google your closest irrigation or even garden specialist, you know, and those booster pumps are so affordable, and you just needed an access to a power supply, and that would give you the pressure to you know, do your garden directly from a tank like that with a hose. And that's really a small application, and they're standard fittings. So any plumber, any irrigation guy could help you with that.
Yes, no, definitely. Exactly. Thank you, Craig. So yes, that's definitely, it's not that difficult. And also all the cooperations are also our dealers. So they do deal with our tanks as well. So your nearest cooperation also can help you.
Okay. Cindy, just one last question from my side. You mentioned all those lovely colors and you showed us the graph. I'm just curious, do you pay different prices for each different color? I know sometimes red is more expensive if it's cars and things like that.
Red for danger, for Ferrari. Okay. Actually, I get this question a lot. And although it comes in, as I said, the 14 different colors, but also actually 15, because if you think about it, the zincalume, let's say the silver look, is also actually one of the options, but no, it does not make a difference on the price.
Oh, that's good to know.
So
very good.
It's very, very, actually got a lot of applications, which is lovely. And as I said before, the freedom, so, and the beauty, of course.
Okay, perfect. No, well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I don't know if there's any other questions from the audience, perhaps. Anybody from the outside on the chat? Anybody that's got a question on the chat? I don't see any questions on the chat.
All right, well, guys, it looks like that is it. Please make sure that you join us for every Thursday at 3 o'clock for our Aqua Live Expo. Each week, a different tank or application or product that we do, one of the cousins, that we do every week at Thursday, 3 o'clock. Mark it down on your diary. Thanks, Kik, You said you also do that. Again, thanks Cam for joining us again. We appreciate your guys' support. And then next week,
Yes.
Extreme Tank.
Yes, the Smart Tank Extreme, and that your host will be Willie Palm, who would be telling you all about that tank. That is an awesome tank which goes from 13,000 all the way up to 3.2 million liters. And that is one of the main tanks of this company, because there's a number of those tanks out in the field, and it's growing on a weekly basis. So please do not miss that.
No, please. So again, same time, same place, every Thursday, 3 o'clock. And we'll definitely then see you next week, Thursday. And then Vili will be doing Extreme Tank.
Yes.
And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for joining me today. Charles, thank you for your support. Thank you to everyone out there as well for watching and giving me your time. And then we will see you next Thursday.
All right. So thank you, everybody. Just give us a little bit of a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video of the presentation of the home tank. Thank you for that. And we look forward to seeing you again. Till next time.
Thanks, guys. Keep well.